What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. We got an update here on the CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, of course, contract negotiations, and it seems like things are heating up with Dak Prescott, with CeeDee Lamb's contract and the Dallas Cowboys. Apparently, the Cowboys, like Pretty Ricky, it's been kind of acknowledged, or at least the thought is that the Cowboys have offered slightly under $33 million for CeeDee Lamb, and apparently they were having negotiations on phone calls yesterday. So maybe they're getting close. Nobody knows for sure how much CeeDee Lamb is looking for on his contract and so on. If he's looking to say, I want to be the highest paid and so on, and if this is going to be protracted. But we do have Micah Parsons basically saying he'll be here week one. And I would imagine, since we haven't gotten the ugliness that we have with others, that maybe that this is going to go ahead and work out and be okay. So that's where we are with CeeDee Lamb. When asked, Jerry Jones was asked how negotiations were going, he had one word, progressing. So by definition, progressing means you are moving forward. You are getting closer. So that would be the hope. And we're sitting here with the last preseason game, and we would want to have this thing solved sooner than later. With Dak Prescott, of course, he's not worried about a damn thing. And unlike other quarterbacks in other positions that have been holding out to get their money and stuff, Dak has been there and has been there looking really, really good. No word on if he's going to be playing tomorrow night or not. But we'll see. We'll see what we have. So there you have it, good people. That's where we are as far as contract negotiations go. I'm curious that when these things are done, because I know that they're going to be done, that all of the doom and gloom and that the Cowboys are blowing things up and so on, if that will end. Because Micah Parsons isn't going to go anywhere. If for no reason, and here's going to be the reason why you don't get rid of Dak Prescott. Regardless of what you say as far as playoff success or lack thereof, the thing is through the course of Dak Prescott's career, you're not having losing seasons. You always have hope and something to look forward to with the playoffs. This hasn't been a situation where we have 1 year in the playoffs and then we drop off the face of the earth. If you'll remember, here it was, even with the great Tony Romo, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, and of course they can't even make the playoffs. They're literally mediocre. That's what the saying was. And then finally you end up having a 12-4 season. You make the playoffs and everything else, and then boom, you have a 4-12 season. So we had always been on this roller coaster ride of good season, bad season, or even worse, 5-11, 5-11, 5-11. You may not like it that we're not in the NFC Championship in the Super Bowl, but the reality is even with Dak Prescott gone, we were still in playoff contention, as bad as our defense was going into the last couple of weeks of the season, where the Commanders won the division at 7-9. And so for no other reason, having Dak Prescott gets you at least to being relevant. It just does. And if the Cowboys were to get rid of Dak and CeeDee and Micah and all that, and then end up going with Trey Lance, if you decide, well, you got to pay the guy to stay, or somebody else, or draft somebody, and then they go through the 5-11 seasons, then you're looking at people saying, you guys are so stupid, you let Dak Prescott go and don't have another plan in place, then you really start losing fans. At least now, Dak Prescott's got you the most talked about item out there. Between Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, We're talking about every team being in camp, getting ready for the season. We're talking about, I'm boring myself right now. We're talking about Kansas City with the opportunity to be the first team to three-peat. Okay? We're talking about other teams that, are better built teams and have Super Bowl aspirations. Yet, because of Dak Prescott and his contract and everything else that is Dak Prescott, that's all we're talking about. Ever. So why would the Joneses, who seem to be satisfied with mediocrity as long as they're getting paid, change that business model? They're there for the drama. And you don't get rid of the golden goose. Peace.